Welcome to another episode of the Sales Viper. My name is Shane, and I'm your host for this YouTube channel. And today, we're going to be reviewing a video that was put on by the legend himself, Dan Loks. And we're going to be talking about the relevancy of the 3F bombs: feel, felt, found. This is something that was created in like the 60s. But is it relevant for today? This is what I'm going to be talking about, and you don't want to miss it. Cue the music. All right, let's get started here. I'm going to play this video. It's by Dan Loks, so just give me a second here. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's get some sound going. Here we go. Rock and roll. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Nice suit. I got to tell you, nice suit. This guy's always looking dapper. All right, here we go. Let's just listen. Every once in a while, I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to give you my venom.
Now, if you follow my work, you know I'm not a big fan of a lot of the traditional sales methods, right? From time to time, there's one or two techniques that I like that I keep on my tool belt. And today I want to share one of those with you, and that is the 3F methods. So let me give you a little bit of context. Let's say you're talking to a prospect and you are getting resistance, right? They're giving you objections. Just like almost like martial art. They're throwing a lot of punches at you. No. Why they're not taking action today, right? And they're giving you a lot of objections. So instead of fighting force with force, right? Instead of they give you resistance and you fight with force, what you want to do is kind of do a little bit of redirection. And the way you do that is through what I call a 3F method. And that's feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. Now, very, very simple. So what you want to do is, first of all, whenever you get resistance and they give you an objection, first, you need to have empathy. Don't fight, don't argue. Say, you know what? I understand how you feel, right? I understand how you feel. Felt. Others felt the same way. And you explain, and then here's what I found.
All right. I have a big problem with this one. Feel, felt, found. Others have felt this way. This is what I felt. Here's what I found. I think this is a quick way to put up sales resistance. As soon as salespeople start saying this, I understand. Here's what I felt. I understand how you feel. Here's how I felt. And this is what I found. It's a setup. People know what's coming and they know that you're not really empathetic. So another way that I would handle this is totally different than this. I would not say, I understand how you feel. I felt that way. Here's what I found. I wouldn't say that. So let's just say, for example, if someone says something like, maybe it's borderline objections. Maybe they're like, you know what, I need to think about this. If you say something like, I understand how you feel. It makes sense to want to think about it. It's pretty expensive. Our program is pretty expensive, but, I used to feel our course was pretty damn expensive too. But here's what I found was I was wrong. Like, it's dumb. It's stupid. So instead, you should be able to, again, you do have to use empathy, but just rephrase it in a way that's like, if they say something like, I need to think about it, you can say something like, That makes sense. I understand that, a lot of people base things on their perspective. But can I give you a bit of an analogy? And they might say, yeah, or can I share a story with you? Can I share an example? And they say, yeah, sure. Well, it's kind of like, imagine a bunch of people on an island, and they're all wandering around this island, going round and round and around. And one person asks the other person on the island, is there any such thing as land? What's the other person going to say? Either they're going to say, I don't know, or there is no land. Why? Because it's based on their perspective. So in order for you to change your perspective, you got to do something different. You either got to put your boots on and you got to climb up a mountain and have a look out and see that there's actually land somewhere else, that there's ships out there. And then you have to pick a direction to go in. Whether or not you drown, that doesn't matter. If you make it, if you drown, at least you are changing your circumstances. Because if you don't change anything, nothing will ever change. So I get it. You're basing things on your perspective. And that's how I would answer the I need to think about it. Because again, it's people are basing it on their decision-making process that got them to this point. So if they're struggling making $4,000, $6,000 and they want to get to 20K, and over the past 6 months, they've been going, I need to think about this. I got to sleep on it. I need time. I need 3 months, 6 months. Well, if that's their pattern that they've been doing for the past 6 months, what's going to change 6 months from now? Let's just say you give them 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years to think about it. What is going to change? Nothing's going to change. But if you say nothing's going to change to them, it's not going to work either. They have to understand by how you're questioning them, by how you're asking them questions, that nothing is going to change. So you could just say something like, what happens if you don't do anything over the next 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years? What happens then? What happens if you don't do anything? Because you do have a choice. You don't have to make more money. You could stay exactly where you're at. But what happens then? It's consequences. They have to figure out what the consequences are. If they don't see that there's any consequences, it's not going to work. So that's why I personally don't like the feel felt found. It doesn't come across as empathetic. It comes across as it's scripted. And you never want to come across like you're reading a script. You want to come across as someone that is an authority, but you're also willing to lend an ear. And if you can listen, truly listen to people, sky's the limit for as to how much money you can make. Why do you think therapists make so much money? They're not solving people's problems instantaneously, but they're listening to people. And if people know that you're listening to them, they are willing to pay you. That's it for today's episode. If you like this type of thing, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Like this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe on your way out the door. And I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. Thanks again for watching my video, and if you like that type of content, be sure to check out some of my previous videos.